He's making himself right to home, isn't he?
None of these we know.
We would know him if you look at him. See, the heads are off here. I probably know him, you know, but it's been too many years ago. Here they're putting a new roof or something on, either electric line or something's going into the winery here. This is the winery when it looked in the 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the barn where they kept the sheep in. I remember that. And that's the winery. You see the grapes right above the winery? Today the winery said they fixed it up quite well, you know,
Yep.
good shape.
Have you ever been to their socials there?
No, I've been up to the winery though back when, what was her name? Brenda Donnie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Used to be town historian.
Oh, yeah.
And she worked there. So I went up there and talked with her. What did I talk to her about? It was something different. Something else I talked to her about.
See, these here, I probably knew all these at one time, but you know, it's many, many years ago.
And many may have left too.
Yeah.
Let's see, get over here.
Let's see what we got here.
No.
No, Brother Ignatius.
Brother Ignatius
This
de
is
Santos.
Brother Ignatius de Santo.
De Santo.
He went to New Guinea.
And he died in New Guinea. He never wanted to come home. He came home for visits and he says, but my life is in New Guinea. I'm going to die there.
Wow.
That's it. Let's see.
This, and here's Father Weisenberger.
And he just died about 2 years ago.
Yeah, they all almost got,
The guy here?
yeah, Father Weisenberger.
Raymond Weisenberger.
Raymond Weisenberger right here. And this is Brother Fridolin here, our uncle. See him with the whiskers?
Down. Yeah, let me see it.
It's Brother
Oh,
Fridolin.
isn't that Brother Francis?
Yeah, that's Brother Francis.
I don't know who this other one is. That was
Brother Gregory.
Brother Ignatius.
Ignatius. Oh, there are quite a few of them we know
Okay.
here.
No,
Right,
yeah.
that's right.
Oh, there's Brother Francis. Oh, he was a fuss budget. Oh,
That's Brother Francis,
Okay.
he was a missionary to China.
China, before he came to Conesus.
Yeah. He was a very, very fast driver. He probably would have lost.
And he was very fussy.
He would have lost his license if he were living now.
And he got in a car that couldn't be a bit of dust in it. He could dust everything out, you know, a
Yeah.
real fuss button. And drive like a maniac.
He could. He
Now,
did.
let's go back and we'll show me Brother Ignatius.
Brother Ignatius
De Santos.
is right here, back here.
All the way back. Okay, I
Yeah.
see him.
And here's Father Weisenberger. Who is this now?
Maybe I might recognize him.
Weisenberger's here.
Oh yeah, that's Father Weisenberger.
And who's that? You remember them? See, this is
No.
interesting myself.
Yeah, that's
already.
good.
That's just Father Weisenberger. No, I don't remember.
Let me look once more.
Who would be there with Father Weisenberger?
Here's Brother Ignatius,
Well, he's got it already.
right here. This is a good picture of him right here.
Okay.
Ignatius, this guy right here. He died just in 2001. He almost made 100 years old.
Wow.
He was a jack of all trades. He could do anything.
We never saw a man that was so.
He spent quite a few years in the Navy before he joined
he?
the order, yeah.
Oh, wow.
You know, after World
Uh-huh.
War One. Okay, and this is Weisenberger. This is who here?
That's Weisenberger.
That's
That's
Weisenberger
Weisenberger,
too.
right, yep.
And that's Weisenberger.
Yep.
He just passed away.
Yeah. And this Weisenberger.
Yep.
This here, I don't know who that is. Okay, we got that pretty well ironed out here.
That's good.
Okay.
Could this be Mary Alice?
No. Wait,
Well,
that could
look
be
at-
Mary Hawkins.
Mary Hawkins.
No,
No.
that's a man.
Oh, is it okay?
No, it looks like.
Who was Mary Hawkins? Was she
She
someone-
was a doctor's daughter. There was a doctor lived north of the mission house, and there was a Dr. Hawkins that'd be Brenda's
Father-in-law, grandfather-in-law.
grandfather-in-law,
Would it be
Dr.
grandfather?
Hawkins.
Would it be
Yeah, grandfather-in-law.
grandfather-in-law?
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, that's none of those we know.
This here who's there.
Mm-mm.
Who's this?
Mm-mm. Could that be Brownie?
No,
No,
that isn't Brown.
no. Mm-mm.
These are all young guys that were in the, you know, studying.
Mhm.
Okay, we don't know anybody there.
Now this building here, was that another building just for the students or?
Was that the White House, wasn't it?
Oh, I think it is, yeah.
Where the nuns lived.
Yep.
I don't recognize it.
Yeah, they had the stairs
Yeah.
going to the White House.
Oh, yeah, the White House. We call it the White House, but they
Yeah.
never called it that. We gave it that name over here so I can see. None of them, no.
His faces look familiar though. See, they were all students there, and you know, can't remember.
Yeah.
Now here we going back in the old timer a little bit. Horses, this is all in about the 1930s. But this is old, the old Farmel F12.
F-12?
Yeah, it's a Farmel F12. It's down Hemlock Lake here.
Mm-hmm.
This is all in the Mission
Oh, yeah.
deal though.
Yeah. Well, you'll see some pictures coming up, where they're playing football.
See how the
playing
roads were there
baseball.
years
yeah.
ago?
Yeah,
That's town of Conesus for you.
yeah.
Okay,
What do we know here? This certainly isn't.
this was a mission under construction,
Right.
the original one.
Yep.
No, I don't know, that's not there. This is the White House,
Mm-hmm.
where the nuns lived.
Is
When
it?
yeah, this is the White House, sure, see the two windows and the porch and back years ago.
Yep.
I remember that.
You could say the White House with the convent.
Yeah, well, we call it the
We
White
always call
House.
it the White House.
They're skiing.
Yep.
There's pictures of roads. Don't know these people.
This is really the White House.
These here, they look like kids, so they must have been local.
They could have,
Let's see.
maybe they were the Bauer kids.
I would recognize the Bauer kids. No.
Okay.
Now this is the one side of the bishop's house. See the things? This one side, see how
Yep.
that thing? That's a side view of it.
Okay.
And this is really the White House.
Yeah, but they all the White House. Now this is the chapel in the big house, in the bishop's house.
Oh.
Yes, it is, Mary. I know. I served mass there. I should know what I'm talking about. I remember
Yeah,
that.
look at the wooden
Yeah.
ceiling.
Mhm.
Yeah. Here it is again. See? Okay.
My gosh, you got them.
You got a collection.
Yeah, there's about 526 pictures of.
There's a mission
of
house
there.
under construction
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
And that's one of their trucks they had. This year, I don't know what
It's a steam shovel.
is that what it is? Yeah.
Mhm. Apparently they used, sand or gravel from right there. Well, they had to dig out the
Yeah,
base,
yeah.
as they
This
put it in
this
there.
was the construction of it, the beginning of it.
Mhm.
Amazing how they built that place.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Most people in Livingston County don't even know that they built it. They
Yeah, I know.
just thought it was there.
Would this be the chicken house when it burned down?
Could be, they had a chicken house. This burned down, chicken house, they lost all their chickens.
Uh-huh.
I
That was
remember my
about
dad
19
saying,
When was that?
in the 30s somewhere. Dad was there when that happened, late 30s.
That was the early
No.
40s.
No, in the 30s it was, we were there.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything in here later than 1940.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's all 40 and beyond, or
And
earlier.
before.
Yeah. What we got here?
Oh,
That's the Niagara River.
Niagara River.
Yeah.
oh, here's all this.
That's grottos.
That's the
Yeah.
grottos. You all know
That's all
that.
grottos.
No, none of those we know.
Who's this here?
No.
Now these are the grottos.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you know those.
We got
Now-
a picture of this with Brother
Yeah, we
Friddling
have it in here.
standing here.
Where,
with-
when the mission left, did they take the statues with them, or did they?
They destroyed, I tell you what, in this here, they had a thing that my uncle, great uncle, made a sculpture of who was it in there?
Sorrowful Price, was it?
Yeah, they sold it for $5,000 to the people over in Leroy that ordered over in Leroy.
Yes, right on
And you
the-
know what they did? They smashed the whole site out to get it
So
out.
could get it out.
Oh,
They destroyed it.
And these were lit up at night. They were beautiful.
oh, see, I never saw them lit up at
Oh, they were
night.
beautiful, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then after a while, they decided not to do it because they were,
Another thing you can say, every year for many years, they had a raffle of a new car in September around Labor Day for several years. They had what they call come one, come all to the mission picnic, win a car.
Wow.
oh, this is all the mission house, the White House. They had a lot of men there, didn't they?
Yeah,
These were all seminary, these were all,
seminarians studying to be priests.
I know they were brothers.
See how the original thing looked now?
Uh-huh.
We got good pictures of the whole deal in there.
We got some postcards. Have you
Yeah.
got any postcards?
Yeah, there's just those two that have been, those two color ones
Oh,
that you
no,
always
2 or
see.
3 others.
Yeah.
Now, this here, Mary, you know. You know. Who are some of those, you know, a couple of them? How you got all these pictures, it's amazing.
Oh, there's Father Paul up there with his nose, Leo.
Is it?
Up in, isn't that Father Paul?
Oh, yeah. Who's riding on this horse?
I don't know. And this is the
That's,
winery.
I think that might be over at the Hemlock Fair. It almost looks like
It
in
doesn't,
the
yeah, but just the
background.
fence, yeah, Hemlock Fair. That's Hemlock Fair probably.
Evidently, this must be a classroom, which I don't know. I would just assume it would be.
Yeah, looks like it.
Mhm.
Hard telling what this is now, let's see what this is here.
This is more construction.
Yeah,
Here they're getting ready, they're gonna slaughter pigs. And they're making the A-frame to hang the pig from after
Yeah.
they...
Is this Father Aubrey in there? Over there?
I don't know, no. Who's this with the wheelbarrow?
That's probably the building to, you know, starting to build the house. I don't know what that could be.
I don't know that. That's puzzling there. Let's see what we got here. See, you had a picture of this before, just like this. Here are the grapes, all the seminarians picking grapes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's seminarians here, grapes, harvesting
There's
grapes.
the winery.
That's a winery,
The way it used to be.
used to be, but now it's got stuff out in front, and they build a little canopy out over
See,
here.
here's that picture of the guy up in the apple tree, which looks almost like that apple orchard over there above Wayland. I didn't know if they went over there.
I don't know. They had an apple orchard.
Did they, up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, they had an
Oh,
apple
see, I
orchard
didn't
above
know.
the grapes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, they're beautiful.
That could be where Hussey gets
All right.
now.
All right.
Beautiful apples.
And there's the bottling line at the winery.
Okay.
This is the bottling line at the winery. See here? The bottling line at the winery. Oh, look at the old cars.
No, nobody, we don't know any of those.
No, they're all seminarians.
Having fun.
Yeah.
I said it was really kind of neat to see him with the baseball and the
Yeah.
football stuff. and-
Yeah.
Father Raby!
Father Raby, he was a chaplain in the United States Army in World War II
In European
in Germany.
Germany.
Here's Brother Ignatius again.
And that's,
And-
that's this one right here,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Yeah, this is Brother Ignatius again. Who are these?
Let me check it.
You probably know. Geez, you get the pictures. I tell you, you get a lot of them.
Well, like I said, once you scan them into the computer, the nice thing is I can blow them up and print them out,
Yeah.
make them even easier to.
I
And
don't
when
know.
I print them out, they'll have the identification right on
Yeah.
the front to make it easier.
I want to see
for
who's the
people.
guy with his Beretta on here.
I don't know.
He's gotta be somebody we know.
Or maybe he may have just been ordained.
Was this Brother Friddling? Maybe no.
This is Brother Freeling, I think.
This is Brother Friddling here.
Right.
No, that's
Yeah,
him.
there's a few
Oh.
pictures of him.
Here's where they had the picnics, or no, the buses that come and bring priests, buses to come and have mass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they came from Buffalo, and they donated money to
Oh,
build buildings. Father
they did.
Aubrey had that organized.
And yeah, it looks like they had an outside
Yeah.
chapel and.
And this is the grottos.
Mm-hmm.
This is the grottos here again.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see if they got a picture of that. This is inside the grotto.
Yep.
You've been in there already, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
now here you can see where the road goes up. See
Yeah.
that?
Right.
You know?
And that's where the bridge is.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
built the bridge there, and then in back here, grottos here, grottos over here, and around the hill and
Well,
back.
was the road already there before he built the bridge, or
The
did
ro-
they put
No,
the
there's
road
a
in
little,
after?
little,
He-
little bridge, a little junky road.
A junky road, and then he put a bridge in.
All right.
Because it was, and then later on, the WPA came in and built the road over here.
Oh.
A regular road, you know, Roosevelt's,
Yep, yep.
put people to work, just like Obama's doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's doing the same thing.
Got to.
How do you think he's gonna do? I think maybe he's doing okay, I don't know.
Let's hope and pray he does the right thing.
I like this one here, Hemlock.
Yeah.
Drive slow.
Drive slow, yeah.
Oh, this is Palm Sunday with the palms.
Yeah. Now, wait a minute, let's see what we got here. Here's the mission house again. Here's where they started building the stone wall around the mission.
You're right. Palm Sunday.
Now, our uncle was deceased already when that was done.
Was he?
I don't know who built that around there, but that was in his plans to have that done before he died.
Father Mormon, Ed1 Mormon. Was his Edward?
Edmund Mormon.
Edmund,
Father Edmund Mormon, he was a professor.
professor for the brothers.
Yeah. He got killed in a car accident in the fog out in Ohio.
Oh.
Yeah. He didn't get too old. Edwin Mormon.
Gee.
Let's see. We get here. See, here they're building the wall.
Yeah.
That should be kept up too. It's starting to break
It's
away.
breaking off.
Why did somebody didn't buy it to keep it up? I blame the town of Conesus.
Well, they all kind of goof up. I mean, Geneseo had the choice,
Yeah.
the chance to buy Long Point when it was still all together. You know, when the rides were there, and they could have bought the whole thing.
You know
and
who was interested in buying that? The Conservation Department years ago.
Oh,
But Jim Emery,
yeah.
he
Wow.
put the damper to it because him and Lindfoot
I
owned
know,
land
I
over
know.
there. You know that, don't you?
Well, I know Jim, because the big scandal with him was when he worked for Youngs and Lindfoot, is they bought all the land where the
The expressway.
expressway exits were gonna be.
Yeah, he was a
Just,
sly apple.
oh, well, I tell it, well, they eventually rewarded him after they convicted him of, when he owned the nursing homes.
Yeah.
He cheated Medicaid or something like that, they nailed him for that, and eventually they made him, St. Lawrence.
Reagan did.
Yeah, yeah.
And he gave his wife to Small Business Administration
Yeah.
in Washington. And then he cheated at the tail end up at St. Lawrence Seaway.
yeah,
Then he was under house arrest for 6 months in Asheville, North Carolina.
yeah. I told her, I remember he was a sheriff, and he was a crooked sheriff.
He was crooked. You said he was.
None of these we know.
This was over at McPherson's Point. I recognize where they are.
Yeah.
They obviously went over there to go ice skating and stuff.
There's Father Raby again.
Did he?
Yeah, Father Raby, but we should know those other priests if I know him.
It's hard telling what these
Well,
are.
maybe what I can do is some of these I'll blow up and I'll send them to you.
Yeah. Where's Father Raby?
Right there.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Gerald Raby.
Father Ross. Okay. He was the first white man to enter New Guinea.
Oh,
First white man in history
uh-huh.
that came
Wow.
to New Guinea. And he established a base there that the Divine Word missionaries would try to convert the pagans, you know.
Mhm.
Father Ross, I met him
Wow.
when I was a little boy. He skated on the pond behind the mission house. He was a little guy, Father Ross.
Yeah. Wow.
Who would he be? Would that be his brother, Father Raby again? I don't know.
I don't know, that's Father Raby again right here.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
See, there's sheep they had.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you. Did we look on this side?
I didn't know anybody.
No.
I don't know anybody there.
I'm looking.
Well, we got a few. This is all scenes here. Scenes of the mission house.
There it is again, the original. It's amazing how somebody got pictures of that.
Mm-hmm. Well, this looks like it was upstairs where the
Yeah, where the roof went up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see where it goes up?
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
The Mormon is here with his candidates. Oh, what's his name? He's a Swiss man. He is Swiss.
Oswald.
No. With Father Mormon.
I don't know.
Was.
New House?
No.
I don't remember.
He said Mass when you made your first communion.
I know, I recognize him.
Recognize him now, don't you?
Yeah, I forget what his
I
name
got
is.
his name.
You're going back 60 years or better.
See, they got their diploma here at Father Mormon.
Yeah, I saw.
Uh-huh. And here's Father Paul again with his men. Jerry Rudolph.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, golly, Jerry Rudolph.
Where's Jerry Rudolph? Oh, here?
Yes, is it?
Yeah, looks like him.
Sure it is.
Jerry.
Rudolph.
He just passed away 2 years ago.
Yeah. Did you ever hear of him?
No.
Jerry Rudolph? That's Jerry Rudolph. He was studying to be a brother.
He was studying to be a brother. Then the Society of Divine Word were very nice, and he got a teaching job in Techni, Illinois for woodworking, was it, Leo?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then he met a girl there, and he got married and came back to
Yep.
Conesus to become bookkeeper of the winery for a while.
Wow.
Now this is the old dairy barn of the
Okay.
of Bishop McQuaid.
Okay.
This one here. You don't have any pictures of the new dairy barn that they had.
I haven't seen any of them.
You know where it is.
Yes.
Yeah, that was built by one of the brothers at the mission in 1945. But this is the old dairy
Okay.
barn.
Neat.
They tore that down.
Mm-hmm.
This is in the vineyard again. Yeah. Probably about 1964, 65. Let's see here. Don't know too much here.
See, here's an old road sign. I don't ever
Spring
remember
water.
Route 15, spring water and painted posts.
Yeah, that's going down a ways.
Yeah.
That isn't up in there.
And here they are constructing the wall.
Yeah.
Now, did you have to pay for these?
Yes. Yeah, I went for a pretty good price.
Did you really?
Yeah.
They, this is where they played,
But I wanted to make sure it came back to this area.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure it came back to Livingston County.
this is where they played ball, what do they call it?
Basketball court.
Tennis, basketball,
Yeah.
yeah. What's somebody doing there?
Yeah, hanging upside down, yeah.
Yeah, it was like a deer, but it didn't look like it when I looked at it
Oh,
again.
none of these are more.
Look at how the water's going underneath.
Yeah.
These,
These are all pictures of the scenes.
Yeah, this is nothing up there.
Now, I don't know, maybe.
There's Mission.
yeah. This is, I believe, New York City. it looks like maybe the World's Fair or something like
Could
that.
be.
Could be.
You had a World's Fair there in '39,
1939, right.
so it kind of fits in.
Now you're back up in our area again, Hemlock
Mhm.
Lake and all this here,
Mm-hmm.
how it changed,
Here's Niagara Falls again.
yeah.
Yes, that was a big trip if they could go to Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
That, because they could only go home, I guess, once a year.
Mhm.
Or no, their people could visit him, I think, 3 times a year.
This is Watkins Glen here.
Yeah,
This is all Niagara Falls. These are
Yeah,
the
I
old
see.
buildings up there.
Now, when do you plan to write a book on this?
Yep.
Well, good luck to you. It's hard work.
Well, like I said, I was really surprised that there wasn't more already available.
But you read the book about Conesus?
Yes.
Mhm. And that you get kind of a history, you know.
Yeah.
we were
Oh, that was
mentioned-
great.
We were
Yeah.
mentioned
Yep.
in there. In fact, that picture.
you got the book?
Uh-huh.
I got it too, the book.
Yeah, I'm a member of the Conesus Historical Society. I belong to most of them. Livonia, Conesus,
Oh, yeah.
Springwater, Nunde.
Okay.
Now show them what we got.
Okay, now, you've seen these already about them.
Mhm.
Yeah, but you wanna keep,
You want to check, those are from the,
Yep.
okay. These you know that they're all from the bishop's,
Yeah.
bishop's house.
What I'll do is I'll scan everything in, and I'll give them back to you, and what,
We really have nearly all of these.
okay,
You can keep-
whatever works best for you guys.
Okay.
keep this too, that gives you a
That
hold.
you should
Alright.
keep, I think that's the best
Mhm.
thing.
Now, who's next to your mother here? Is
That's me,
that's you? Okay, all right.
At the bishop's house,
Mary. And this, oh, should we go with
yeah.
now this is another place where the winery, see, the winery had this little cupola,
Uh-huh.
but now it's big.
And these are some friends of ours.
Yeah.
They drove over there. This would be Emery Yeager
Mm-hmm,
and Leo Yeager. Their dad worked at the winery for about 10 months.
okay.
He's a relative to Leo Goring.
The winemaker.
Yeah.
Jaeger.
Yeagers.
Mhm.
These are the Yeager boys. You know, the son of the
Yep.
guy, the father worked for the winery. And he bought that car after World War II.
Mm-hmm, okay. After World War II.
Yeah, 1947 Plymouth, 46 Plymouth.
And tell them this.
Now, these were all the hired help that my dad had employed for next to nothing in the Depression.
That's
Oh.
more for
Came to
food,
work.
just for food.
For food and a
and
few bucks.
lodging.
Food and lodging.
Mm-hmm.
They worked the vineyards. My dad was the boss. And where's my dad in there? He probably took the picture. No, he's not in there.
That's uncle,
No,
I agree, another uncle, my mother's side.
on mother's side, this was an uncle.
What was his name?
Tony
Anthony.
Iten.
What was his last name?
Iten.
Iten.
Oh, okay.
See, my mother's name was Iten also.
Oh, okay.
Iten.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is, I think my dad bought I don't know, he bought a new car when he came here. I don't know
Wow.
what kind it was. Probably
That's a
Pon-
neat picture.
Pontiac. That's my dad,
Uh-huh.
that's my mother and Mary, that's Brother Fridolin,
Mhm.
that's my mother's brother, he only came here for a while, he didn't like it here. He went back to Switzerland. And this is my brother that got killed. This back in the 30s, right there, that's
Okay.
him, that's an uncle, a great uncle.
This is interesting, this are the car garages in the back of the mission house. They have a
Oh.
lot of garages back there, they had all sorts of.
And they had later on they had a woodworking shop and a machine shop.
See, I've never been back there, so I never knew that.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're very fussy, we wanted to go back there, the people own the place, woo, no.
No?
keep
That's
dancing.
me, isn't it?
That's you, yeah.
Yeah, that's me back there.
Well, who owns it now?
We really don't know.
We really
Okay,
don't know.
okay.
Used to be the
Trinity Institute.
Trinity Institute.
Uh,
Okay,
now
now,
let's go back here. This is your father.
yeah,
That's
Mary
Mary.
and Mom
Mm-hmm.
and our uncle brother
Yep.
Fridolin,
Mm-hmm.
and that's Tony Iten,
Okay.
Brother.
and this is Joseph Iten, and this is my dad, Joseph Iten here.
Mm-hmm.
That's in front of the winery.
Yeah. That's one of those special pictures you get, you know, when you have several generations, you know,
That is-
together at one time. And
There's,
Yeah, there's 3 generations for it.
Mhm.
That's it.
oh, that's neat, 'cause him right in the front of
That's
the
it.
grapes with the
Oh,
hat
yeah,
on.
uh-huh.
and this was, below the winery, I guess a heifer broke out or something. This would have been my dad and this was my brother
Okay.
trying to get him under control.
There's the chicken house that my father had.
Yeah, they had chickens there. Did you look through all
Oh,
this?
that's neat with the chickens.
Did you look through all
Yeah,
those?
yeah, they have those, yeah.
Now, is that your father with the chickens?
Yes,
Yes.
but the person that's a little neighbor girl that used to
Okay.
stay there.
What do you got here?
But that's our communions. It's wait now, Leo.
She was the first
Oh,
communicant.
wow. That's
My
a neat
sister.
picture.
Give the
The writing.
write-up on that. You can have that too.
Is that Mary there?
That's Mary.
Wow.
She was the first one to receive Holy Communion there. In
No,
that
in
mission.
the new mission house,
In the
Brother Joe, our Brother Joe at the bishop's house.
My brother
Yeah.
Joe was the first one to have Holy
Okay.
Communion in the bishop's house, but this was in the original mission house.
Okay.
And they had what you call the Christian family in our missions, and by golly, then they put that in my,
You can have that too.
yeah, I have 2 or 3 copies of these. See, that might be interesting.
Yeah. See, here's Mary, see, Mary Iten,
It's got a whole
first Holy
article.
Communion.
Oh, yeah.
You can have that.
Oh, that's neat. I never knew this even existed.
Yeah,
That's,
they had a monthly magazine.
yeah.
It was printed in Techny, Illinois. They had a
Mhm.
printing press in Techny.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Now this is your winemaker, Leo Goring.
Okay.
And these little kids were the Bauer kids.
Which one's so...
This guy here's
Okay.
Leo Goring, the winemaker.
Right.
And this is Father Raby again,
Baptizing the 2 younger children.
baptizing the 2 younger Bauer kids.
Wow.
And then 2 others received communion with Leo.
Yeah, well, you don't get it too complicated.
See,
I wonder... No, I'm just thinking... We had a Val Raby over in Geneseo that was part of the Historical Society, but he was Jewish. And he came from... his family came from Europe, too, just before
Oh.
World War II.
Yeah, this is me, Holy Communion.
Oh, boy, that was
And
a
you were-
great, great photo.
And this is I was the only one, and then after Mass, those are all the clerics that sang for the Mass.
This is a good picture of me there, huh?
Yeah.
I was the second one to receive Holy Communion in that chapel.
With the
With the Bauer,
with
no,
these-
they were later, weren't they?
No,
Oh yeah, they were at the same time, right?
the 2 Bauer children
Yeah.
was received communion, 2 younger Bauer children were
And this was it.
baptized.
This was again Father Raby here.
Mhm.
And this is Father Oswald.
No, it's not Oswald.
What was his name? This is Raby.
Okay.
You know, you can tell by looking at him.
My mother used to say he had a personality, he could make a fence post talk. It really, and then he became a chaplain
In the military.
in the military.
This is Mass during the Holy Communion. Now here's Father Aubrey again.
There's the Italian nuns and the.
Oh. Okay.
And this is you here.
Mm.
This is Mary. She had a little thing over her head.
Uh-huh.
And this is Brother Joe. He's still living. He's 91.
That's what is a very wonderful thing that I hope that should be mentioned about
Brother Joe, what's his last
Brother
name?
Hornick.
Horning.
Hornick is his real name. Hornek. And
Okay.
he's still living. He's 91 years old. And he's in good shape in Bordentown, New Jersey. Their mission in Bordentown.
Wow.
He used to work the farm. He was the farm boss. Up at St. Michael's.
This guy right here with the dark suit on.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And the other ones were the Austrian nuns over there.
Oh, no, those are
Italian.
Italian nuns, Italian
Italian
nuns, I
nuns.
meant to say.
Cool. very good.
And this is my brother holding my sister at the bishop's house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wanna see brother.
I don't know who this is. This goes way back, Mary, to Carol Jerry.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to get brother Joseph's thing.
What's this thing here you got?
Well, that's just because of the people there. I mentioned it here, brother Ignatius and all these.
Oh, and
Oh, wow.
there's all the names of them,
Oh,
see?
whoa, that's super.
You can keep
Oh,
that.
yeah.
It gives them the names.
Yep.
That helps out.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah.
bet
Like,
you
like I said, you get
some
one
of those
or,
might
one or
be
two
lit-
pictures where some people
Some
are
of those
identified, or there's a year.
There's probably some must be living there, I'm sure,
Mm-hmm.
but they would be up in years. I'm trying to find brother Joseph's thing here.
We were gonna give you all this anyway.
There he is. This is
Oh.
on his silver jubilee, but now he's
91.
91 years
Yeah.
old, and he's blind, and he comes and visits us.
Not totally blind.
Wow.
You know, he is able to see
Uh-huh.
to get around,
And if he's really one of the oldest members of the whole society
Yeah.
living today.
living,
Wow.
and he's got a humor you have no
Well,
idea.
this, when the Livonia Gazette building burned down, we lost so much.
Did you
That
really?
was just terrible. Yeah, because these things weren't microfiched. You know, a lot of the newspapers, they put on microfiche, but
Yeah.
they didn't for some reason. A lot of them, the Livingston County Historian only has like really old things from 1909.
Oh.
They don't have anything from the 30s or the 40s or the
dear.
50s.
I
So.
met him when I was 14 years old, and he went for a while to Granby, Canada, to run the farm up there. And then he came back, and he spent in St. Michael's close to 40 years, 35, 40 years.
Now here's all the different things of all the different grottos. My gosh,
Oh yeah, where are all the pictures of Mission House?
right there, the grotto.
Now here's the founder of the
Order.
whole order,
Conesus.
Father Arnold Jansen.
Yeah.
He's beatified now to become a saint.
Ah, good.
And here's Brother Fridolin.
That's his mission cross, they call
He
it.
was the
Yes, when they,
Mission
he
cross.
was the second batch of missionaries to come to the United States.
okay, second batch of missionaries.
Yeah, he knew the founder, and my dad knew the founder.
79,
He went to see his uncle once in
68.
Style Holland.
68.
When he was 18, my dad went. He thought he was coming to enlist. He told him, no, just go see my uncle.
69. 79.
Now, there's Brother Fridolin with one of his friends,
69.
looking things over just a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit before he died.
Wow.
Died in 1939. I remember. I was 5 years old, but I
October.
remember. He's a little man.
69.
Yeah,
That's,
5 years old is about what most people.
Yeah.
I can remember when the White Horse Inn
yeah,
Tavern in East Avon, it burnt August 5th, 1955.
I
because
remember that.
I was 5 years old,
Yeah.
and we had a cottage at Conesus Lake at Cottonwood Point. That was the way we always drove there
Yeah.
to go to the
and
cottage.
you remember that.
But that's usually what it is. It's usually some big event
Yeah.
that.
Now, I have these
Yeah.
pretty
That's him
much,
again.
pretty much in order of when they started seminaries, not for sale, but I
That's him
don't,
again.
Oh, that's a nice picture of
And
him.
here's another good one of him.
Oh, yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. And this is some of the stuff inside the grottos.
Uh huh.
And this is where you walk through it from around back through the grotto.
Yep.
And this is the bridge. You got one. See,
Yep.
it's just like the one you got.
Yep.
And
well, that's a helper.
now this was his main helper. He was a brother too,
Was his
Okay.
name Killian?
Killian. He didn't know anything about stonework or anything, and he trained him so that he could almost leave him go on his own and do it.
Now,
Brother Killian was his name.
yeah, now this is not from Conesus, but this is from Epworth, Iowa. He needed a brother to, it says SVD Grotto renovated. And Brother Freeling said, and then at the end, it's very interesting if you read this.
Okay.
How he said at the end, I can't remember just what it says. To Brother Freeling, it meant something more than we can do, can grasp by just looking at his work. All the time you take it too smooth may have had a much deeper meaning that Brother Friedling's helper ever knew, for they repeated his words over and over again. One of Brother Friedling's helper was an old friend of our family, Adolf Fieldler, and the other was my dad. So it's very interesting.
See, he built grottos through the whole United
See,
States.
this is from
Okay.
Ed1, Iowa. Evidently, that grotto was kind of falling apart, so they said, "Come on." help."
See, he built grottos in East Troy, Wisconsin, Techny, Illinois, Miramar, Massachusetts had grottos.
And this is
He
his.
built them all
this
over,
is his
and in
history.
Europe he built
This is
too.
his history,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
and that with the other little history that you have in there. Remember?
Wow.
This was his last ones he built.
This was the last one. That's something.
Now, this was his, in Techny, Illinois, this was where he did all his artwork before he came here
Oh, wow.
to
Yeah.
Conesus.
Yeah, it's quite a studio.
Where all the postcards from
All right,
Rush.
I've got him here. I want to start him here with all the postcards.
Now,
This is Illinois, in Techny,
Yeah,
Illinois.
technically.
Techny, Illinois.
Okay.
He built grottos there too. He's buried there in Techny.
Well, that's where he's buried?
Yeah, buried in
Yeah,
Techny,
good.
Illinois, in the cemetery.
Boy, are you going to get all this all in one piece here?
Oh yeah, you can keep this stuff. Now see,
Oh, yeah.
I got some nice postcards of this though. See that open, this is only temporary, that little chapel. Do you see this Father Aubrey I was telling you about? He was gonna have a cathedral built in there holding at least 800 people. And then he got old and he quit campaigning for money. And he had the biggest share of the money to have it built already.
And who was that? Father?
Aubrey.
Aubrey.
You see how they left it open? Now, this was the first section here,
Yep.
right here. This was your second, 1946, and this whole complex was in 56.
Okay.
And there you can see, these are the old postcards. These
Yeah.
I think we should want to have back.
Well, yeah, these we want back, but you
1956.
can have them for now. 56, 36, 46,
Yep.
56. Okay, that's the original. We like these
Yep,
back to
no problem.
postcards. And you can keep one of these. We got some at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. See
I
now?
don't think we have any of these at home.
Well, I thought we had some.
No, I'll give them all back to you, no
No.
problem.
Okay. Can you get the color out of them?
Oh, yeah.
Now do you see? See, there's a nice aerial view here. See here? Autumn of the year. Here you can keep this one because we got two of
They're
them.
the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I make a mistake? No.
What?
These two are the same?
They're the same.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
See
that's
now
a
there's a
one.
nice grotto.
Yeah, that's a nice one, the grotto.
Yeah. You can't get them any better than that.
No.
And this is before they built the other section. This is 30. There's the garage.
Oh, there's the garages out
Garage
there.
back,
Sure.
and then they built a school up on top
Okay.
that's still there.
Oh, yeah. I never realized that the garages were in the back of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, me neither. I,
See, that's why I was so interested in giving you that picture of Leo with a garage in the
Right.
back.
Now there's the nun's house.
Oh, you
Okay.
never knew that. They had built a new, see when
That's
they went,
beautiful. And they had a tunnel going in there.
the nuns, that house where they did all the laundry, they outgrew, more nuns came. So then they built a convent back there, and then they had the whole laundry was then up there. And they knew just how to fold sheets because they had so many sheets to wash. Do you know when a sheet has a fold? You know when a sheet has a fold of, now listen. So what they do is to be sure that they don't fold the sheet all over. They just fold the sheet that it makes one level sheet, not one side a little bit higher than the other. So that the cupboard was,
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
You-
Now, this is their new dairy barn they had, and that's me. I worked for a year for them when I was 18, 19, where I went in the military. I worked a year. they had some of the best cattle in the country in that barn. Though they had 30 cows, probably they milked more out of 30 cows than the average farmer got out of 60.
Wow.
They were good cows.
When did you go in the military?
19, what year was it? 50, 54, 55, 55 I guess.
What'd you go into?
U.S. Army, then Signal Corps,
Huh?
and then Air Traffic Controller.
Okay, now I don't, this is kind of interesting. I think I have these quite a bit in order.
I was attached to the Air Force, but I was in the Army.
Now, is that what you did later in life, in air traffic
No,
controller?
no.
No, just while you were
I
in the
went right
service?
here in the city.
Okay.
Now there's a whole little history.
Now, what building is this right here? That dark building right there.
Oh, I think,
Geez, I don't even know.
Okay.
I think we just brought this because of the area.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just an area picture somewhere. But it's all Hemlock Lake, you know, this is the east side of the lake. I don't know too much
Okay.
about that one. Okay, now here's a whole right up
Oh, he
above.
has one of those over there. Did I give you two?
No, I don't think so.
We
That-
got money in
we
Because
there.
I haven't seen this, unless it was
We
another
have-
format. That,
We have
no,
several
I
of
haven't.
them.
You
Okay.
can have that.
Yeah. Okay, now this is most interesting here. Okay,
You got all this in order, whatever, you know.
Yep.
You know about what it is anyway
Mhm.
now.
okay, now this is, I hope I got them in order,
Good.
but I don't know when it originally said, see, this is seminary not for
Yeah,
sale.
1968,
And
1969.
seminary to be sold. Slave.
Was gonna be an alcoholic center, all this.
Yeah, it was for a while, because I knew a couple of the people that worked up there.
And then look at here.
But he was a chiropractor that owned it.
Right.
He got into trouble because he got into an argument with Blue Shield, Blue Cross over payments.
Oh, that's it.
And
He
that's
lost a lot.
what did him in.
He lost a lot
They
of money.
wouldn't, yeah, they wouldn't cover it, the insurance, so that's what did him in.
So you can kind of see these are put in order. I dated them.
Mhm.
And I then this, you see, these are all from the Catholic Courier, Livonia Gazette,
Okay,
and
good.
Times Union.
Yep.
And there's the.
Oh, newspapers are just a wonderful source of
There you go.
photographs and
But now,
history and,
do you have any of that?
no,
No Levita?
nope, don't have any of
And
that.
this is what it's all about, and this is how you got there.
Mm-hmm.
You can have
You can
that.
have that same.
Al Parker should be in here someplace. He was one of the, well, they don't have who their counselors are. He was one of the guys I knew that went up there.
Redding was in on
Yeah.
it, right?
Yep,
Jack Redding.
well, see, there was another Redding too. There was a
Oh.
Jack Redding.
And there was another guy beside Redding too, from the city.
Was it Resnick?
No, it wasn't Resnick.
Okay.
Maybe it's in here.
No, I don't see very much. I don't see any of
You
the,
don't see in there. Dr. Sarah, that's the guy I was,
okay,
that's the guy I was
right.
thinking of. Sarah,
yeah.
But these, I don't care, we don't need to keep them.
we don't, you keep all these.
Yeah, he would have had a great place up there, but like I said,
Oh.
he
And
screwed up
the
with.
food was expensive,
Yep.
but delicious.
Did you ever?
Yes, I never got up there while it was open, and I
And-
should have,
and-
because it was an organic,
Yes, yes.
Organic, right?
and I knew several people that went up there and
They
said
they
the
just
same
loved
thing.
it,
Yep.
yeah. And we ate there once
If
because
the right people got that been in business today
Yes.
big time.
Yep.
I asked for a job there and they they didn't seem to, I said, well, I know the area very much and I know, but I didn't get it.
Oh, no, you're right. I mean, just as being it would have become a destination just for the food and stuff and for the location. They would have been like, it would have been 30 years ahead of what we have now.
Exactly.
With the wineries and the
Exactly.
business that we
And
get
it,
in
and
the
it would have
fall.
been ideal as a conservation thing, the whole 2,000 acres.
Yeah. Is that how much there was?
All total, yeah,
Wow.
about 2,000, with the winery.
Yeah.
See, they owned the winery too, you know, the SVD did. But the winery was sold to Krabari, then it was sold to another outfit,
Mm-hmm.
a guy by the name of, what's the guy, Mike
No.
And that would-
Secretarian bought it.
This may be
From England.
interesting. Dedication of St. Michael's Chapel. This is when the center chapel was.
That's
see,
only temporary,
That was the only temporary chapel. That would have been torn, but it's still there, it's still
Yeah.
there.
yeah.
And then it tells you who were the people that were, you know.
Yeah, that'd
Again,
be
like you said,
interesting.
you know, you got the names. Well, there's Joe Gunning again.
He was one of the first seminarians there that was a priest.
Uh-huh.
He became a priest. You never knew him, did you, Joe
No.
Gunning?
very wonderful man.
Bishop Carney was there, huh?
And believe it or not,
Wow.
I got some calendars.
Man.
I don't know why I ever
isn't that
kept those.
something? No, I never knew these things even existed, you know?
Yeah, you can keep them too. Now, here's, what we got here?
We got-
Now, that's the founder. Now, this
That's
guy,
loud.
he looks bad, but he's gonna be a saint in short
Uh-huh.
order. Father Vermatemets, he was the second, guy from the SPD to go to China. And, gives you a little thing, beatified 1975.
I was gonna say, that would have been right after like the Boxer Rebellion, just
Yeah.
about in China.
I don't know if
I
I'd
think the
want,
Boxer Rebellion was in the 1850s or so.
I don't know if I'd want to pray to him. He looks dangerous, doesn't he?
And they had an old, they made only.
It looks like a Van Gogh painting is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see here.
See, blessed Arnold Janssen, he's close to sainthood.
Mm-hmm.
And
Are
they
you
had-
Catholic?
No.
No, I was
But
Presbyterian.
you understand all
Oh, yeah.
about
Oh,
all
yeah.
this.
And
Well,
they had-
we were a small town. I tell everybody to tell you how small it was when we had church school when I was a kid. We all went to the Catholic church to do church school because you took the Baptists and you took the Presbyterians and you took the Catholics and that was about all, you know, that made up about 20 kids.
Oh, that's nice.
And that was enough for,
And you got along.
oh yeah.
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I mean, this is too bad that people can't get along.
Well, we always talk about, because, you know, Lima is very much Irish Catholic,
Yeah.
but they're from, these Irish Catholic are from Tipperary,
Mm-hmm.
where the Avon Irish Catholic are from Cork.
Oh.
And they don't particularly like each
That's
other.
right. Why do they fight?
I don't know.
I don't
That's
understand.
why I always said, you know, all you Irish, because I have an Irish grandmother, and a great grandmother, and I said, all you got is Irish in your country and you're still fighting each
Yeah.
other. I just don't.
There's another point of interest I think you'd like to know. See that clearing there?
Mm-hmm.
They were in the process of building a water tower, which they did complete, and they got water from Hemlock Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Because they owned property down to
Down to the lake. Wow.
They owned a lot of property down there. But the city says you gotta sell it. They said we don't have to sell anything unless you provide us with water for the seminary, and they did.
Wow.
And now that would have gone to any owner after that, but if one discontinues it, it's the end of
Done.
it.
Right.
See, and this Rhodey, this holistic health center,
Mhm.
not holistic.
Before that.
No, it was after.
After that.
It was, what's the name of the Rhodey? Institute, what they call
It's
it?
a,
Church of Restitution.
Church of
Okay.
They didn't believe in chlorine, so they drilled their own wells and got water. And
Yeah, once you break that,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
It's like with railroad right-of-ways and everything, they always tell you it's only for one thing. Should it be anything other than
Yeah.
that, it reverts back
But if the
to,
state would have had it, they would have had it made, the whole water. It was pumps and everything they had.
and they had also generators.
Yeah, generators. If there was a lightning storm, St. Michael's Mission was lit up
Wow.
like
See, they
oh,
were
yeah.
so up in
They
the
had, they were way ahead of times.
Mhm.
They had 3 big diesel engines with generators that would light up
Yep.
everything.
Mhm.
The whole mission
Wow.
was going. And even the winery got water from here. The nun's house got water,
Mhm.
and all the little houses along the line they owned got water. They had water from Hemlock Lake.
Mhm. No, that's the way it was over at Conesus Lake, where our cottage was. We had what we called the pump house,
Yeah.
and there was a pump in there, and it supplied like about 6 cottages. You know, the
Yeah.
water lines all went there and hooked up.
An interesting thing too, they had, so it's like a potato cellar
Yeah. Oh, they had potato cellars
with
too.
electricity in it.
Yeah,
So for storage of potatoes and
Yeah.
grapes, no, cabbage, usually carrot.
cabbage.
Cabbage, carrots, and a.
I just made up some braised red cabbage today. I love it.
Yeah.
I put a little slice of apple in there, a little bit of
Bacon.
red onion. Oh yeah, the bacon comes first.
Oh, yeah, bacon.
Well, you've got a lot of work ahead of you now.
Oh, this is like, oh,
Now, how do you go about this? Have you written books before?
I take and I compile information and I put it on the computer and then I add photographs and maps and then I add local history to it so it makes one whole. Yeah, I've actually done 3 or 4 things that are down in the Rochester Public Library, and then I'll put them in the local libraries wherever they, you know, I've taken stuff up to Mount Morris, I've taken stuff to
Were you in
Lima.
on the Discover Conesus too?
No.
I mean,
No, in fact,
Organization?
I was really disappointed, but they got kind of goofed up, you know, they started doing it, and then it kind of fell apart, because I had several maps that I gave them that aren't in the book, that would
You
have
know, they
been,
didn't really come to us either. They knew most of them who we were, you know.
yeah.
They came to us finally to almost to the end. When
I think what it is what we call death by committee,
see, they
where
didn't-
you get a bunch of people together in a committee, and really it doesn't get done as well as it could have, because like I said, I did the same thing, because I did a lot for the railroads part there, because I have, you know, I'm also a railroad
Yeah.
buff, and I had the maps, and I had photographs of the dam that used to be there, and I had this and that, and I got right a hold of Donna Avery even before they published it. I said, look, I gave this stuff to you, but nobody's ever gotten back to me. Are you going to use it or what? I don't know. And it didn't get in the book, and it would have really been. People like maps.
Oh, yes.
Sure they do.
Well, because you can look there and say, okay, that's where the store was before it
Well,
burnt
look at
down.
this, say, where is it that,
Well, I tell you a
Sarah.
story about maps. We had some property on the end of Powell Road,
Okay.
and we sold that land to these people, right? So it was a dead end, right? So when I sold the property across the road, this lady came up to me, Leo, you can't sell that property. I said, why not? She says, you have no right of way. We got the right of way. I said, no, you don't. This is a town road, and it'll continue right up to the Merrimack. And she said, well, we're going to the town board meeting tonight. I said, it's good, because I got the map showing that it's still a town road,
Oh, right.
and it can be open anytime. She shut right up. She didn't say another word. I says, now do you have your answer?
Right.
She
it
told me
seems
up.
always these city people that think when they buy a property line,
oh, yeah.
this
yeah,
is even our neighbor, the Rudolphs, they're great friends of ours.
Yeah.
But we cut down a tree and they thought that they cut down one of her trees, and then we got it surveyed, it was our tree, not their tree.
I know the property. I know it like.
And especially
to
if you
this day.
lived there all your life, you
And
know.
anyway, she says, if you're gonna sell that property, we're selling our place. I said, go ahead, I don't care. Sell it right now. I said, you'll see tonight that that's a
Right.
town road all the way to the Merrimack.
Uh-huh.
See, my dad closed it off, but he made it make sure that it always stays
Yeah.
a town road. And
As
it
you
did.
say, most of the deeds back of it always mention something about a
tree.
right of way.
Yeah.
Or a
That-
tree, you know,
yeah.
those fence posts.
A lot of people don't realize that even down at Conesus Lake, there's a lot of right of ways there because they had it for the farmers.
Oh,
So they
sure.
could bring their stock down to water 'em. And
Yeah.
over the years, as things got sold, and those right of ways were still there.
Yeah.
Now, how long did you guys live at the farm out there in Powell Road?
Oh,
What is
36 till about 92.
92? No.
No. When did we
At
build the new
92
house?
we lived in Lima.
No,
That's
no.
when Shaw died.
Yeah, but we still owned it.
Oh, yeah, we still own it.
We built our new house on the end of Mission Road about 93, 94. Then we sold it about 2 years ago and we moved to Geneseo.
Where do you live in Geneseo now?
At Geneseo Heights Apartments.
Oh, yeah.
We're on our way to Montana. As soon as my eyes get in order, I'm going. I want to go where it's warm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's gorgeous out there.
You been out there?
I've been to New Mexico.
Hey, tell me something. I've been to New Mexico myself, but what do you think? I was thinking maybe going to La Cruces, New Mexico, but I'm a little worried about these Mexicans coming
Yeah,
up.
that's the
through.
only problem with New Mexico. It's gorgeous, but there's a lot of crime. If you live, I was at Albuquerque, and
Even up there?
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. See, they get 17,000 homeless people every winter because it's more mild there, and you actually see these guys living under the bridges and stuff like that. But you'll notice when you, not that there's anything wrong with Albuquerque, but as you drive around, you happen to notice everybody's got those big burglar bars on.
Oh.
And you have to have them. Because these are all illegals. Even if they get caught breaking in, all they're going to do is send them back to Mexico.
And La Cruces.
So they really don't, care about,
Then
Yeah.
La Cruz is
Yeah.
worse even because you're closer
Yeah.
yet. Maybe we better not go there.
well, like I said, it's like everything else. It's
Oh, you're not safe anyplace anymore.
Look at her in the city. How
right.
they
You've
shoot
got
each
to,
other.
yeah, you've just got to, be careful. And
I think Montana's better.
hmm
You know, The Mexicans don't want to go up there and freeze.
Well, Montana, I think it's like 500,000–600,000 people in the whole state.
Yeah, and
so,
they mostly are
yeah,
fairly well off.
right.
They're coming in from California building beautiful homes,
Mhm.
just like in Mendon.
Yep.
Like here, you know, they're real nice.
Uh-huh.
Aren't
We
they?
like it because behind us is Forever Wild, that field out there, so nobody can build there.
Where did you work, Kodak?
No, Delphi.
Oh, Delphi.
General Motors.
What's going to happen to General Motors?
They're doing what they should have done 20 years ago. That's the only bad thing. That, you know, we even told them 20 years ago, get rid of some of these brands. You got way too many brands. You don't take a customer away from Toyota. What you do is takes a Chevy guy and he buys a Buick. Oh,
You retired now?
Yeah.
Now, this Techni has a printing press, you know that. They make cards,
Oh, okay.
you know, Techni, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
These are made, they used to have Christmas cards out.
Oh,
Them calendars are handy too for you.
yeah.
1978,
Well, like I said, I never
1984.
knew they existed. You know, it's
Yeah.
just, but like I said, this is such a phenomenal place. It's terrible that we haven't had a history, of, you know, a really good one.
Yeah.
But that's once I got my hands on this album, I said, well, you know, this can be the basis for.
You know, it should have been sold under the stipulation that the grotto should be kept
Yeah.
up. Because that's the only thing in New York State.
Yeah.
The only ones in the United States our great Uncle Bill.
Uh-huh.
There are no other grottos like
Not,
this.
Yeah.
In Europe too. You build them in Europe, quite a few of them.
Yeah.
and it's so appropriate to our faith because it depicts the rosary, the
Right.
three mysteries of, well, now it's going to be the four mysteries of the rosary. The joyful, sorrowful, and glorious. And it's, for our faith, that's a wonderful thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, it's just something that's unique. I mean, you know,
mhm. It's part of our faith, and it's
Mhm.
too
But
bad.
this, I get a kick out of him. He looks rough, doesn't he?
yeah. No, it's like that church up in Buffalo that we were talking about. People go up there every year just to see it. And unfortunately, what happened is all the good people that built that church moved out of that area.
Would that been the old Father Baker or something?
No,
No.
no, it's,
No.
it's, oh, I can't
It's-
remember the name.
Yeah,
of it.
I know the name. It's right on the tip of my tongue. There's a church up
Immaculate
there.
Conception,
Something like that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, it's nice. Well, look at downtown Rochester, the St. J. Joseph's, what was it, where they, you know, when Father Thibault went out and
St. Michael's.
St. Michael's
Old
Church.
St.
and-
Michael's Church.